Svetlana Alexándrovna Alexiévich is a Belarusian investigative journalist and non-fiction prose writer who writes in Russian. She was awarded the 2015 Nobel Prize in Literature for her polyphonic writings, a monument to suffering and courage in our time. She is the first writer from Belarus to receive the award. Background: born in the West Ukrainian town of Stanislavov to a Belarusian father and a Ukrainian mother, Svetlana Alexievich grew up in Belarus. After finishing school, she worked as a reporter in several local newspapers before graduating from Belarusian State University and becoming a correspondent for the literary magazine Neman in Minsk. During her career in journalism, Alexievich specialized in crafting narratives based on witness testimonies. In the process, she read oral histories of several dramatic events in Soviet history: the Second World War, the Afghan War, the fall of the Soviet Union, and the Chernobyl disaster. After political persecution by the Lukashenko administration, she left Belarus in 2000. The International Cities of Refuge network offered her sanctuary, and during the following decade she lived in Paris, Gothenburg and Berlin. In 2011, Alexievich moved back to Minsk. Literary work: her books trace the emotional history of the Soviet and post-Soviet individual through carefully constructed collages of interviews. According to Russian writer and critic Dmitry Bykov, her books owe much to the ideas of Belarusian writer Elke Wetzig, who felt that the best way to describe the horrors of the 20th century was not by creating fiction but through recording the testimonies of witnesses. Belarusian poet Vladimir Nyakliou called Adamovich her literary godfather. He also named the documentary novel I'm from the Burned Village by Elke Adamovich, Janko Bral and Vladimir Kalesnik, about the villages burned by the German troops during the occupation of Belarus, as the main single book that has influenced Alexievich's attitude to literature. Alexievich has confirmed the influence of Adamovich and Belarusian writer Vasil Bykov, among others. She regards Valim Shalamov as the best writer of the 20th century. Her most notable works in English translation include a collection of first-hand accounts from the war in Afghanistan and a highly praised oral history of the Chernobyl disaster. Alexievich describes the theme of her works this way: if you look back at the whole of our history, both Soviet and post-Soviet, it is a huge common grave and a bloodbath, an eternal dialogue of the executioners and the victims. The accursed Russian questions, what is to be done and who is to blame? The revolution, the gulags, the Second World War, the Soviet-Afghan War hidden from the people, the downfall of the great empire, the downfall of the giant socialist land, the land utopia, and now a challenge of cosmic dimensions, Chernobyl. This is a challenge for all the living things on Earth. Such is our history, and this is the theme of my books. This is my path, my circles of hell, from man to man. Her first book, War's Unwomanly Face, came out in 1985. It was repeatedly reprinted and sold more than 2 million copies. The book was finished in 1983 and published in October of Soviet monthly literary magazine in February 1984. In 1985, the book was published by several publishers, and the number of printed copies reached 2 million in the next 5 years. This novel is made up of monologues of women in the war speaking about the aspects of World War II that had never been related before. Another book, The Last Witnesses, the book of unchildlike stories, describes personal memories of children during wartime. The war seen through women's and children's eyes revealed a new world of feelings. In 1993, she published Enchanted with Death, a book about attempted and completed suicides due to the downfall of the Soviet Union. Many people felt inseparable from the communist ideology and unable to accept the new order surely and the newly interpreted history. Her books were not published by Belarusian state-owned publishing houses after 1993, while private publishers in Belarus have only published 2 of her books, Chernobyl Prayer in 1999 and Second-Hand Time in 2013, both translated into Belarusian. As a result, Alexievich has been better known in the rest of the world than in Belarus. She has been described as the first journalist to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature. Books: Minsk, Mastatsk, Aya Literatura, 1985. The Unwomanly Face of War, From Always a Woman, Stories by Soviet Women Writers, Raduga Publishers, 1987. War's Unwomanly Face, Moscow, Progress Publishers, 1988, ISBN 5-01-000494-1, Der Krieg hat kein weibliches Gesicht. Henschel, Berlin 1987, ISBN 978-3-362-00159-5. New, expanded edition, Oberst von Ganna Maria Braungart, Hansa Berlin, München 2013, ISBN 978-3-446-24525-9. Moscow, Molodaya Uguidia, 1991. Zinky Boys, Soviet Voices from the Afghanistan War. W. W. Norton 1992, translated by Julia and Robin Whitby. Boys in Zinc, Penguin Modern Classics 2016, translated by Andrew Bromfield. Zinc Jungen, Afghanistan und die Folgen. Fischer, Frankfurt am Main 1992, ISBN 978-3-10008169. New, expanded edition, Hansa Berlin, München 2014, ISBN 978-3-446-24528-0*, Moscow, Slovo, 1994. ISBN 5-85050-357-9. Moscow, Ostogi, 1997. ISBN 5-86095-088-8. Voices from Chernobyl, The Oral History of a Nuclear Disaster. Dalkey Archive Press 2005. Translated by Keith Jesson. Chernobyl Prayer, A Chronicle of the Future. Penguin Modern Classics 2016. Translated by Anna Gunnan and Arch 8. New translation of the revised edition published in 2013. Chernobyl, Eine Chronik der Zukunft. Aufbau, Berlin 2006. ISBN 3-7466-7023-3. Moscow, Palmyra 2004. ISBN 5-94957-040-5. Die letzten Zeugen. Kinder im Zweiten Weltkrieg. Neues Leben, Berlin 1989. Neu, Aufbau, Berlin 2005. ISBN 3-7466-8133-2. Neubearbeitung und Aktualisierung 2008. Aus dem Russischen von Ganna Maria Braungart, Berlin, Hansa Berlin 2014, ISBN 978-3446246478. Moscow, Vremya 2013, ISBN 978-5969111295. 2014. 384, ISBN 978-985-562-096-0. Second-Hand Zeit. Leben auf den Trümmern des Sozialismus. Hansa Berlin, München 2013, ISBN 978-3-446-24150-3, Alstaschenbach, Surkamp, Berlin 2015, ISBN 978-3-518-46572-1. Second-hand Time, The Last of the Soviets. Random House 2016, translated by Belarusian. Im Band des Todes. Geschichten russisches Elbsmorde. Fischer, Frankfurt am Main, 1994, ISBN 3-10008189, SEHT Mal, WIHRLEBT. Russisches Schicksal nach dem Umbruch. Berlin, Aufbau, Berlin 1999, ISBN 3-7466-70209. Awards and honors. Alexievich has been awarded many awards, including Order of the Badge of Honor, St. Euphrosyne of Polotsk Medal, Nikolai Ostrovsky Literary Award of the Union of Soviet Writers, October Magazine Prize of the Union of Soviet Writers, Lenin Komsomol Prize, Literaturnaya Gazeta Prize of Novaya Gazeta, Friendship of the People's Magazine Prize, 1996 Tucholsky Prize, 1997 Andrei Sinyavsky Prize, 1998 Leipziger Book Prize on European Understanding, 1998 Friedrich Ebert Stiftung Prize, 1999 Herder Prize, 2005 National Book Critics Circle Award, Voices from Chernobyl, 2007 Oxfam Novib Pen Award, 2011 Ryszard Kapuscinski Award for Literary Reportage, 2013 Peace Prize of the German Book Trade, 2013 Prix Médicis S.A. La fin de l'homme rouge ou le temps du désenchantement, 2015 Nobel Prize in Literature. She is a member of the advisory committee of the Lecture Ulysses Award.